Anybody remember February Daily when I said this? I've got 28 videos to make and the Cubman doesn't have 28 videos left in it, I hope. Yeah, well, since that point, this is video 28 of the Cubman build. Yep. So, episode 46 now. I was just going to finish everything off and then go, hey look, it's done! But I thought, well, everybody's been riding along this far, might as well show you the last few details. So, today I'm going to finish off the trim piece at the bottom of the nose cone, and then do a bunch of welding, a little bit of hammering, and then the bonnet's pretty much done. The only thing after that is make some mounting brackets for the headlights. Let's just get on with it. So we're on the floor. I have to weld this piece in here while it's actually bolted onto the chassis to stop these sides from moving at all. Now once this piece is actually welded in, that will hold the frame and not let it move at all, and then the whole bonnet can go onto the table and get welded up. Easy. Got a nice gap all the way through, so a few more tacks. Yep, that's definitely stuck now. So, I'm going to put a radius on the bottom here just to finish it off. So, as always, just bending it out around something round. That's pretty good, I think. So, now I need to weld all of this, and then all these seams all the way around the edges. Alrighty then. So, the next step, I've got to basically grind most of that weld off again, and hopefully it's in a nice enough shape. Now, this frame here has bent, put a slight ripple in the bodywork. Hopefully when I hammer the frame out straight again, it will pull the ripple, but I doubt it. So, going to start with 80 grit on a fresh wheel, and then might step up to 120 for the final clear up. That bar is now straight, but this section's rippled, and because I didn't do any forming there at all, it's an oil can. Apart from that, everything else looks pretty good. These side rails have a little bit of a curve in them that I can see, so I'm going to test fit it back on the chassis, see what it looks like. If it doesn't want to sit right, then a little bit more micro adjustment, and then keep going. So, test fit. That actually fits even nicer than it did before. Must have needed that little extra curve. Yeah, nice radius there. Looking pretty slick. So, next up, a little bit of hammer work, just to take out some of these little dings. I'm going to do something about this oil can, and almost ready for painting sort of stuff. Tap tap. That seems to be all the high spots tapped down. Might be one more there. Alright, so next thing is this oil canny bit. Now what I think I'm going to do is use the last piece of the 12mm RHS that I have. I'm going to build a frame that comes down across and back with the crossbar here, and that will actually be mounted underneath the skin. Well, that should do it. Hopefully I can unbolt this and it'll all be flat still. Well, it's not perfectly flat, but there's definitely no oil can there now, so happy enough. Means I can continue to the next step, which will be primer and then sanding and filling and all that good stuff. Right. It's close enough. Time to sand some paint. Time to paint. So everything's been sanded down inside out with 180 grit, and then I've gone over with some thinners and cleaned everything down. Now, important part is clean off all the Sharpie marks, because Sharpies are awesome and mark on anything. They'll even mark on your brand new paint. It just bleeds right through everything. So it's easier just to clean it off with a bit of thinners before you start. But yeah, ready for paint.
Invincible.
This is exactly what I was talking about before. There's a line there that's come straight through the paint. That's a bit of Sharpie from when I was marking out where I was going to be shrinking. That's why you got to make sure you get it all off, because that will just bleed through every layer of paint. Even all the final coats, unless you can seal it in. It's easier just to go over it with a bit of thinners and actually take it off again. So I'll clean that off with some thinners and clean the whole top of fingerprints and then do the next coat. So I've put the bonnet aside because, well, it was missing something. The mounts for the headlights. Now, these have a hole in each side that's threaded. So what we're going to do is make a curve out of this 20x3 flat that goes from one bolt hole all the way around the bottom to the other, and then there'll be a bar come off that, go to the actual bonnet frame. Now, I want to keep these looking pretty, so tape time. Alright, so it's fairly smooth around this section where the metal bracket needs to go, so that should be good, and I won't scratch any of the chrome. So, next thing I need to put the piece of bar through the roller and hopefully it curves nicely. Alright, that bit is perfect, so I'm going to cut this piece out. So cut through there and here somewhere, and then I'll keep rolling and get the next piece as well. weld. Happy! So, just got to put the hole in somewhere here for the indicator, and we should be ready to get on with the body filler and paint. They look pretty good. So, see what happens. That all seems to work. So, now I just got to pull it all apart and skim a filler over everything pretty much, and then paint. Getting to the pointy end. That's pretty much all the time I've got for this episode. Yeah, as always, customize everything.